Hi there, I found this concave glass frame recently at the thrift store and I wanted to follow along in the ghost and flower trend that you may have seen a lot recently. And there's so many different styles and variations of this. I wanted to see what I could come up with. I want to make sure that I get all of the backing removed, including the hangers for the wire. That way I can take everything apart and get in there and add what I need. I'm going to go ahead and give this 2 coats of black acrylic paint. I have some leftover ephemera that I photocopied just to have on hand for future projects. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a square for this project today. I don't have any rhyme or reason to this. I'm just using what I have, which sometimes I like to do because it forces me to think outside the box instead of having everything like readily available for me. But so I'm just going to stain this paper. I do not have any instant coffee. I ran out. So I wanted to try the Waverly Antiquing Wax watered down and see how this dries on paper. I'm going to add this image to some chipboard. I use it quite often, and I like to use it when I'm making tags or anything like images or ephemera that I have to cut out, and it gives it a lot of stability to my projects. And so I do get this on Amazon in packs. I use it quite a bit. And so I really like this stuff. It's clean. It's actually a really nice color. And so, okay, I'm just going to glue that down and then cut it out, and then we'll get started adding our ghost. I'm taking some brown ink and going around the edges. I know this part is going to be behind a frame, but I wanted to just give that hard edge anyways. And so I was showing you there just how I create a little bit of balance with the inking. And sometimes, you know, you can go all the way around and create a uniform look, but it doesn't look very natural and, you know, for aging. And so I just kind of randomly pick spots, but I like to keep it in a nice balance. And this is one of my favorite things to do. to add ink to my projects. I just really, really like it. It's a lot of fun. I'm taking some white thin muslin and cutting a circle for my ghost. I'm just kind of eyeballing this here and trimming as I go just to get this ghost to fit into that frame. It is a smaller frame, so I'm just going to go for it and start cutting and see what I come up with. In order to get the shape of the ghost, I am going to use just a little bit of stuffing, and I'm going to hot glue that down so it doesn't move around on me. Next, I'm going to take some antique white twine, and it's a very thin antique white twine. I don't remember where I got it. I don't think I got it at the dollar store because I rarely find that color, but I thought it would go nicely with this and it wouldn't take away from the project itself. So there it is. I'm just giving that one simple little knot around the neck, and then I'm going to add some lace for a bow. Next, I want to add a button to this bow. I was trying to figure out, if I wanted to use like a white button or what, but I'm going to end up adding some of the, what is that called? The rub and buff, the gold rub and buff. And so I figured if I find an antique gold button, that would go nicely with the rub and buff around the frame. And so I just kind of glue that down, really simple. I didn't want to tie, a bow from that knot because it would be way too bulky, and it just would be too bulky. And so sometimes I like to make my bows separately and add them on. So now I'm just going to make some eyes with some thread. It's a thicker black like embroidery thread, and they're very simple, nothing too intricate, just I go in through each eye like twice, and it just adds some cute, simple little dots for the eyes. So let's get a little bit of hot glue on the back of this. We will add it to our card or backing. And so I'm going to be adding some flowers. So I had to kind of think about what I was doing here. And let's see. Oh, I'm gluing down one side of that bow just so it doesn't get in the way of the glass or underneath the frame. But I want to make it look like the ghost is holding some flowers, and I kind of wanted to fill up some of the space and give it some good composition. So I do tack down the end of the ghost cloth there just to spread it out and give it a cute kind of look. Now, this stuff is awesome. I found this recently at a thrift store. It is amazing. It's kind of like the baby's breath, but it's got this obviously like an amber color. It's so incredibly easy to work with. It's not dry or brittle. It's very bouncy. It's great. I am so happy that I picked it up. I almost left it, but I'm so glad that I got it, and I'll be using a lot of this. I probably through this season, or maybe even through spring or whatever. But I'm so happy that I got it. And okay, so I'm just gonna add this to it almost looks like a ghost dress at this point, really. But I would kind of make it look like the ghost is holding the flowers, and I think this is just a really cute, simple way to add some interest. Okay, so now I want to add the concave glass back in. And you know, I rarely find these kinds of pieces at the thrift store, so when I do find them, I scoop them up. And so I was pretty happy with this find. I'm going to add the frame back on. Now, I did cut that backing just a little shy to fit fully in that frame. I mean, it fits, but there's more space around the edge than I'd liked. And so what I'm going to do is I need an extra piece of cardboard in there anyways for thickness so I can level out the back so I can add a finished backing on that. So I take a thicker piece of cardboard and just press it in to that frame. A lot of times you'll see, you know, a thicker piece of cardboard just to kind of fill out any space. So it ended up working out quite well. And so now I'm going to add a backing to this. And this is just from a gift bag. I like these gift bags because it's a thicker backing, and I guess it's kind of like a cardstock or maybe even a memory book type paper. And so it gave me a little bit more durability to add to the backing to clean up this project. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some hot glue into the center, and then I'm going to use Mod Podge around the edges just to get that sealed really well so they don't lift on me. I'm going to use some gold rub and buff for the outside of this frame. Now I did notice there is a little black paint missing at the top there. I'll go back over that. And so yeah, I really like the gold rub and buff. It's an easy application. This is my first time using it. Usually I just use like gold acrylic paint. But I like it. It does have a strong smell, so I might use gloves with it in the future. Not sure, but overall it's a nice smooth product and I really like it. So that's it for this project, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.